Hey, what's up everybody? Dustin here, Adam Off-Road. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's having a good day. In today's video, we're gonna be taking a close look at Barnes four-wheel drive heavy-duty bolt-on skid plate for the Jeep Wrangler TJ's fuel tank. I'm really excited about this because it's gonna be super heavy-duty. It's gonna be high clearance. The only downside to it is that you will need a 1-inch body lift to clear or make up for the extra clearance that this fuel tank skid plate will offer. Other than that, it's going to be a fairly simple install, so let's get to work. Now, the skid plate does ship bare. You will receive it unpainted, so you're going to want to consider getting it painted, whether you're professionally spray painted or powder coated. That's going to be totally up to you, and is one reason why I really like this option, as that does help keep the cost down. Now, you'll get this skid plate in 4 different pieces. It will need to be bolted together. The pieces are made of 3/16 thick in materials and are assembled with the supplied hardware. Now, I'm going to start by putting some anti-seize on these tapered bolts and securing this piece to the base of the skid plate. Next, we'll take the carriage bolts and attach the other side to the base as well. And lastly, we'll add this third piece to the base of the skid plate, but we're not going to tighten up any of the bolts until we get the tank inserted and the straps secure. So now is going to be a great time to start thinking about how you're going to remove the fuel in that tank, whether you're going to siphon it all out or just leave some of it in. I got about less than 1/4 of a tank, so that should be okay to work with when removing the fuel pump. I'll start by removing power from the vehicle by disconnecting the power cables on the battery. And then on the driver's side of the tank, there's going to be 3 connections to separate. We'll just remove the evap line. It just pulls right off of the metal tube there. The fuel line is easy to separate. You just squeeze the center tabs and pull off the line. And then on the electrical connector, there is a red safety latch that you will have to undo. I just used my screwdriver and popped it out, and then was able to unclip the connector. Then we can remove the fuel cap and the 4 screws securing the filler neck to the body and kind of set that out of the way. There are 2 clips securing the plastic cover to the wheel well. You can remove those and then pull the plastic out and away so you can have access to that filler neck. Now, I'm not sure on every model, but this model has a ground strap from the filler neck down to the upper shock mount. You just go ahead and just pull that off. Then I'll just remove any of the electrical connections or cables surrounding the gas tank so we can then unbolt it. There's going to be 4 bolts using a 13mm socket. We'll just buzz those off on the back. You don't want to mistake the 2 with the long studs, as those are to secure the straps to the skid, so we'll just leave those alone. I'll then secure the fuel tank with some wood blocks and my floor jack, and then on the other side of the tank we'll locate the 3 other bolts and remove those as well. I put the fuel cap back on the filler neck, that way there's no debris or anything falling down into the tank, and then just guide the filler neck through and around the frame, and then you can start lowering the tank down to the floor. And you can see that when I was lowering the jack, the tank slipped off and hit the floor. That's okay. If you want to prevent that, you can have someone help guide it down as you lower the jack to the floor. Now it seemed like a good time to clean the top of the gas tank off, as there was a lot of debris and just dirt buildup over the years. So I took it around the corner to my garden hose. We just pressure wash it off with some of this Purple Power degreaser and then let it set in the sun to dry. It's a pretty hot day, so it dried pretty quick. Now, right now is a great time to replace the fuel pump if you haven't already done it. My Jeep has about 160,000 miles, so I went ahead and changed the fuel pump. That's going to be in the last video I just posted. If you haven't seen that yet and you're interested in changing a fuel pump, seeing what it takes to do that, go ahead and check that out. But now we're going to go ahead and transfer the tank over to the new skid. I got to remove these straps with a 13mm or 1/2-inch deep wall socket, and then we will transfer the tank over, run the new straps, and get it bolted up into the Jeep. Now, when I pulled the tank, I noticed that there was a lot of debris underneath the tank, and it was pretty bad as far as buildup. So I took it back out to the garden hose and washed down the bottom just to get it clean and make sure it's all cleaned up really good before we put it into the new skid. And then it was just as simple as transferring over the tank straps and getting the tank fit up inside the new skid plate. And this is where I came to realization that the straps were a bit too short and I needed to do something to make it work. To correct this problem, all I did was take a vice grip clamp and clamp the end of the strap to the back end of the skid plate. That way it wouldn't move. Then I attached a ratchet strap to the other side and just pulled the two plates together. That way the all thread on the other end of the strap could fit through the hole, and we'll have a couple threads to secure the nut. And then just repeat this technique over onto the other side. With the straps in place now securing the tank, I went ahead and tightened up the 8 nuts, securing the back plates to the skid. Alright, so far getting the straps over the tank and securing to the skid plate has been the hardest of the process. If you just use the techniques and simple methods that I've used, like the vice grips and the ratchet strap, it does kind of help, but it is kind of tough. So just a heads up on that. Now all we got to do is see if the skid plate bolts up and everything lines up real nice over on the TJ. So let's get over there. Now my strategy for mounting the new skid plate up into the frame is to do one side then the other rather than trying to do it all at once. I'll start my focus towards the front of the tank and just getting the tank lifted up to the frame and getting my nuts in securing the tank on the one side. Then once the tank is secured on the one side, I'll go ahead and finish lifting the jack up and leveling out the tank and getting the other side secured. Then we can lower the jack and then start reconnecting all of our fuel lines, evap lines, and electrical connections, and getting everything put back into place as it first was removed. Don't forget to put the ground strap back on, button up all the covers, get your filler neck all screwed into the body of the TJ, and then we can put the key in, prime the fuel pump system, and start the Jeep. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the installation and close look at Barnes 4-wheel drive high clearance heavy duty skid plate for the fuel tank on the Jeep Wrangler TJ. Had a lot of fun getting this installed, and I know it's going to be great on the trail for those departures angles coming off these obstacles, and it will provide a lot more rigidness in case we bounce off a rock or scrape something. So much more heavier duty than the factory skid plate, so I'm really excited about that. And yeah, everything went pretty well. In the next video we'll be getting back to the axle. Some parts that I've been waiting on came in, so I'm really excited about getting back to that so we can get this thing under the Jeep and start breaking in the axles. And eventually next month, less than a month, we'll be doing the Rubicon Trail, so super exciting there as well. And yeah, if you guys like this content, check out this video right here where we do the 1-inch body lift on the Jeep TJ, or check out this video here where I went through this wild river crossing and had a blast in this Jeep Wrangler TJ. So hey, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.